love from Santa because I was a good girl. It came with these 4 skeins of yarn. Also included were these 3 needles and a hook. So if I just keep going, it's better. But is it doing it right? I don't know. And it's working. I did my cast on with my waist yarn and it was successful, and then I tried to change colors to use this Premier White 4-weight, and I had trouble, but I'm not sure if it's the yarn or if it's I didn't cast on right. So I went ahead and thought, if I'm successful, I want it to be prettier than just plain white. So I went ahead and got this Big Twist Menagerie. It's a 3-weight, and the videos that I was watching was saying that it's easier with smaller weight yarn, so I think I'm going to try this. This is the colorway Chameleon. Isn't it gorgeous? So if it's successful, I'll have a chameleon beanie. Everything's working. I need to find out how many rows do I need to make with a 3-weight yarn to make an adult size beanie. I have to stop every so often and pull out the yarn so that the tension stays nice and even. I made my first Sentro beanie and it's adorable. I love this yarn. I would like to have a brim, and I feel like it's a little short in the back if I do a brim. I think this was 120 rows. Next, we're gonna try to do a knitted hat with our hand-dyed yarn. I made a hat with the same number of rows out of this, and you can see this is the worsted weight. It's on the light worsted weight size, but it's a little bit longer, even though the same number of rows. So, this one fits my husband's head a little bit bigger. He's got a little bit bigger head than I do. Oh, I've got my ponytail in. Let me show you this one. So, you can do it without a brim and it looks more like a slouchy hat, or you can put the brim up. This one fits my head a little bit better. I think that I'm going to try the regular acrylic yarn that I had trouble with yesterday. I think that I want to try to stripe it now that I know how to do color changes. So let's do one more hat and see what happens. Yeah.
Good.
It's being more difficult.
What are you doing?
Using the worsted yarn. Yeah, it seems to be alright.
There's a problem.
Where?
Do you see what I'm talking about?
Okay,
this
look,
one
here's
here.
the white, this is the new, this is the old. It's supposed to be every other until I get back over to here.
Oh, okay.
I think it's alright. But it is rougher on the machine. You see this?
Yeah, I mean, that...
Like, you might as well just use a 3-weight and learn how to do everything with a 3-weight.
Yeah.
I mean, it's working, though.
How come our yarn...
Because our yarn is on the smaller side of a 4-weight. It's not missing stitches, it's just harder to do. Should I stop?
I think so.
So that was a little too much, and after using a DK weight and a smaller weight worsted, I just don't feel like it's worth it to put this heavier worsted weight yarn through my machine. I think it's probably going to end up breaking it. I don't want to crank it like that the whole time. So I feel like the lesson I've learned here is use a lighter weight worsted, like my hand-dyed yarn, or use a 3-weight, which I don't have a lot of. Of course, when something doesn't work out, unless you want a yarn mess all around you, you need to recake your yarn. So I'm recaking this pink. That didn't work. So let's try a blossom cake. It's got a chainette. It seems slightly smaller than the acrylic worsteds, and so let's see how this works out next. I think it's working, dude. I'm not seeing any skip stitches.
Yeah.
It's a little rougher than doing it with the DK. Oh, but I didn't use waste yarn, so I'm going to have to do a heck. There's just some movement in this that wasn't there last night. I feel like if we could hold it still, then it would do better. But there's no skipping the stitches. Can you just simply hold these and see if it does better? I'm just curious. You don't have to hold it the whole time. Just like grab these two and hold it still. See what happens. Yep. It's moving around a lot more, and if it's stable, it doesn't do that, right?
Yeah, it needs to not do that.
I don't know how you do that.
I don't know, but it's not a realistic solution to hold it the whole time while you're doing it. What about bigger suction cups?
What about screwing it to a board that'll clamp on the table?
Or that. Any better?
A little. It's better when you're holding two.
What?
Blossom cake worked. However, this is what I got. My blossom cake had a knot in it. So when I cut the knot and I treated it like I was changing yarn colors, and I didn't quite change the yarn color property. I'm not sure what I did. So I ended up taking it off. But I also wanted to make ear warmers, and I forgot to put on the waste yarn for the ear warmers. You don't have to use waste yarn for a hat, but you do need to use waste yarn for ear warmers or scarves or anything where you're going to like sew the tube together. So I forgot that. I'm going to stop for now, and I think I've done enough experimenting. I feel like I can use it. I can definitely make hats, ear warmers. I would like to try that next and see what that's like, sewing the tube together, some scarves. There's a couple of like fancy stitches that I found that I want to go ahead and try that. So that will be for the next video. So I hope you enjoyed watching me try my Sentro for the first time, and I will see you next time. Create your happy. Do this.